Hey guys, the Man Nerd here, back with some surprising new content. This, as you might see on the screen, is the King Score Pokemon Draft League. A draft league I joined under the name of Pierre Boss or Zebra Leagues as the leader, as the coach of the Golden State Waterfalls. This is an interesting league, you'll see why in a second, but it's a VGC league, Reg F VGC league that has some special mon included as well. I'll show you what the special mons are in just a second. Here is the draft board, the one we use during our matches. If you are interested to see details about it, I'll post it down in the description. It has all the mons we drafted, all the teams, what they drafted, and you may see here that each mon has a title. So let's start and explain what those titles are. In this draft we are allowed to draft 9 mons, and each mon must be part of a specific point ranking. If you go back into the website, we can see we have different categories for monarchs, dukes, barons, lords, and our last mon, as you may have probably saw, the jester. The jester is a 1-point mon that we can draft for free, no points, and he's basically the joke of the team. That's the pun, if you guys can get it. But I want to say thanks to Cryogenis for creating this draft link and the entire Discord server, the King Score PDL. I'll put a link down below for you guys to join because it's such a nice server. It has many divisions, and maybe next seasons you guys can join as well. Well, let's start with the team report. First, the most important ones, the king and the queen, and I selected Urshifu, Rapid Strike, and Doomsday. Two fearsome ones that if we take a look on the site, they are each 20 and 17 points respectively, meaning they took a big amount of points out of my pocket. We each have about 95 points, so we can draft 8 mons. This purchase basically took almost half of those points, 37 points. Now, these 2 mons are very important, especially the first one. I got lucky and had 6th pick, meaning I had a chance to take a 20-pointer, and my choice of 20-pointer was Urshifu, which is a very competitively good VGC mon in general. But also I chose Grimmsnarl because when I was making the team, as you'll see later, I needed a support mon, a bulky support mon, and Grimmsnarl fit the role decently well. Urshifu is mainly an offensive mon, doesn't really support, so we can see that the most viable items are offensive items that you can see both in singles and in doubles. While for Grimmsnarl we see different items. The sash, the light lay, which helps for screens to stay longer, but also the lagging tail. The lagging tail is a very interesting item. It's an item that makes you go last in a priority bracket. So let's say you hit a move that is 0 priority, you will always move last compared to other 0 priority moves. The point of Grimmsnarl using this is that thanks to Prankster, he can trick this item onto the opponents, making them always move last, allowing Urshifu and other mons that maybe don't want to hold the choice card to move before a specific mon that's a threat. For example, let's say Flaremin. Flaremin is an extremely fast mon, and Urshifu definitely has a problem with it. It dies to Moonblast, and even if it does, Moonblast does around 17-60%. But with Lagging Tail, Urshifu, even if the Flaremin has the booster energy item, Urshifu can move before it. Next, let's move to our second category of mons, the Duke and the Duchess, Archaludon and Pelipper. Archaludon is an insane mon that was added in the Paldean DLC in the one with Terapagos. it has the same base level as a pseudo legendary, and as you can see they are distributed very well. In decent HP, decent amazing defense, amazing special attack, decent speed that is very good in Tailwind, and lackluster SPDF. But thanks to the Assault Vest, that SPDF can be solved for, as it doesn't become that much of a problem thanks to Acharodan being so bulky. But also Acharodan really likes items like the Power Herb if we don't want to bring Pelipper, or Sash. Sash is mainly viable in not the Stamina set, but in the Stalwart set against Redirector mons such as Electabuzz or Indeedee, where Acharodan is not at all affected by their follow me's, and with Sash it can die, so we can just go freely for any move without being at risk. Pelipper is also a decent mon. It pairs up amazing with Acharodan, but it also pairs up well with our Urshifu, thanks to the ability to set up rain. While the stats are lackluster, it has a decent amount of defense that it can survive some neutral moves and some super effective moves as well. For example, it can survive Rock Slide from Tyranitar, and a decent high enough special attack to hit somewhat well in rain. The main items we see on it are Sash and Life Orb to either take a hit and be able to set up Tailwind, or Life Orb to do more damage, but Demrock is also viable in case we want to run a Pelipper that doesn't depend on coming back in the field that much. Pelipper is also a very useful one because it can help us with a move like Wide Guard. Being our only man in the team that has Wide Guard, Pelipper allows us to not be threatened that much by moves like Dazzling Gleam, Discharge, Electro Orb, or Icy Wind. Moves that it threatens Urshifu and basically everyone on the team very much thanks to the speed lowering effect or just by how much damage they do. These two picks, as we can take a look in the dark, Acharodan was a 16-point lead, here it is, and Pelipper was a 15-point lead if I remember correctly. If we add up all the points that we spent on the Marnax and the Dukes, we have spent around 68 points. Yes, not 69, 68, which is almost 2/3 of our entire pointage. Next, let's take a look at the Baron and the Baroness of our team. Something that may surprise a lot of you, but also not. Overquill and Bramblegast. Overquill and Bramblegast are some interesting mons as they don't see that much competitive use. However, in rain, and also paired with mons like Pelipper and Acharodan, they can do amazing jobs. If you take a look at Overquill, it has decent high attack but also decent bulk, in which you can invest if you want to run a bulkier set. Also, Overquill has another good ability besides Swift Stream, which boosts its speed to be doubled in rain. It also has Intimidate. So if you don't want to bring an offensive Overquill, you can build a defensive supportive one with moves like Poison Gas, Snarl, if I get that, I'm not sure, and Haze, which helps us a lot against setup mons or mons like Dondozo. It can run items like Assault Vest or Life Orb. Assault Vest is mainly a defensive item, while Life Orb and Choice Band are offensive ones that allow Overquill to surpass its damage amount to basically kill even a neutral resisting mon. Bramblegast is an interesting mon, you may say, as it's a grass ghost type. It doesn't have that good stats, but it has an insane ability, I say, Wind Rider. Wind Rider allows Bramblegast to get a +1 boost if he comes out during Tailwind or if he absorbs any wind type moves like Heatwave, Ice Wind, Bleak Wind Storm. This allows Overquill to get not Overquill, it allows Bramblegast to get a +1 boost to its attack, allowing it to do much more damage than this attack stat may show that it's on par with Overquill. Also, this guy also has a much more important role that pairs up extremely well with Acharodan against physically offensive teams. With the loaded item item, as you can see, with the dice item, he can bullet seed its own teammate, allowing Archeladan to get either a 3 times or 3.5 times defense boost, which is insane. Basically being able to take any move and hopefully restore some HP with items like leftovers. These two guys each took, I think, 10 points. If you take a look at the clock, both Brambleghast and Overkill were 10 points, meaning that after these 6 picks we are left with only 7 points for our last 2 picks, which I want to say, these last 2 picks don't disappoint at all. Scraggy and Colossal are our last 2 members. Both of them are interesting mons that are decently good, I say. Scraggy was also brought to the World Championship in 2024, so you can say it's an unusable mon. It could be good if we just use it well. It mainly likes to run the Evilite item, thanks to be having decent defenses at 70 both, and also having some insane moves that can help out the team, like Fake Out, Knock Off, and also Coaching, which can help out mons like Urshifu. Colossal is an interesting pick. We realized we had a bad matchup into Trick Room, thanks to our team having at least like 85, 90, 85, 65, 97, 60. We realized that we lack Trick Room answers, and Colossal is one of the slowest mon in Trick Room, the slowest one being Hatterene and Torkoal. With items like Power Orb and Assault Vest, he can dish out crazy amounts of damage while also having good bulk. Power Orb, Meteor Beam sets being the most common, but also with weakness policy, we can use a mon like, not these guys, like Overkill or Urshifu to Akajet ourselves, get a +4 speed boost thanks to the Steam Engine ability that Colossal has, and get a +2 in both stats, being able to dish out insane amount of damage with moves like Heat Wave, Heat Crash, Stone Edge, Power Gem, or even Heavy Slam. These 2 mons are amazing in Trick Room. They basically counter it thanks to Scraggy's Intimidate and Colossal's insane low speed, but also insanely good bulk. And with the type not being that much of a detriment, because we can Terra out of it, these guys can definitely bring some support to the team. And last, but certainly not least, our Jester. I think it's a good Jester compared to what other teams may have brought. Yanma. Yanma is one of the weirdest mons on the team because it doesn't fill out a specific role. Yanma gets 2 good abilities. It gets speed boost, which makes its speed be 1 point faster each time, but it also gets compound ice. The most annoying set that Yanma runs, and that people have had success with it, is a compound ice sash set with Hypnosis, which is insanely annoying as Hypnosis gets at an accuracy boost to about 80%, 78% to be exact, making it hit almost every time. And Yanma is not that slow. There are some teams that Yanma can outspeed entirely and just put everyone to sleep. Yanma is not a mon that will be brought every week, as it's not a good mon, it's the Jester, but in some specific scenarios Yanma can definitely help out the team and do some clutch plays that we might not expect from him. So yeah guys, this is the final team. I am Zipperlix, or the Meta Nerd, and starting next week I'll be posting match recaps of our entire season. Thank you to the KCDPL for allowing me to participate. Thank you to Cryogenis and their entire team, plus all the friends that are on this forum, especially Zach, which he invited me to participate in this tournament. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope I see you guys next time. See ya!